Namaste, Dzień dobry, Assalamu alaikum, ciao, konnichiwa, guten morgen, bonjour, hola. Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Ken at 10. I hope you're well today. In the background are micro homes. We'll come on to those in a little while. And a few news headlines for you today, including a Brit's dream home. What is a Brit's dream home? Well, we'll tell you that at the end of the show. In the meantime, just coming on to some reports that we've received through. Let's put a little background ticker on for you to give you some of the headlines. And this is from home.co.uk, and this is a summary of the house price report so far. By the way, if you've just joined us for the first time, you're wondering what's going on, welcome, thanks for coming. This is Ken at 10. We are James Alexander Estate Agents. We're based in southwest London, Norbury, SW16, which is sandwiched between Streatham to the north and Croydon to the south. Thanks very much for joining us. Home.co.uk do some summaries of UK housing, and I thought it might be interesting to look at those today, and let's go through them. The total stock of property for sale in England and Wales has been eroded further to a new record low of 265,000, which is 38.8%. That's lower than in September 20 and 45% less than in September 2018. So a massive undersupply, which has been underpinning the market for some time now. The monthly supply of new instructions continues to wane below expectations across the UK, minus 40% since August 2020. And the South East is worst hit, and Greater London, formerly plagued by vast oversupply, indicates a further drop in the number of new instructions, down 48% compared with August 2020. Thanks to lower supply, asking prices in England and Wales nudged up again, despite the looming end of the stamp duty break, adding another 0.2% since last month, although the annualised average growth slipped a little to 7.4%. Whilst relatively low, typical time on the market for unsold property in England and Wales has risen slightly by 5 days since last month to 82 days. In line with seasonal expectations, and low supply and considerable residual demand continue to push up price in most English regions except the North East, West Midlands and Yorkshire. Welsh prices showed a monthly fall for the first time since December, and the largest monthly rises are in the east of England, which is plus 1.1, and the East Midlands at 1%. The east of England property market continues to head up the price rises with quite stunning gains, really, 12.1%, followed by East Midlands at 10.1%. And Greater London remains the UK's worst performing region. You know, it's that old stone adage, isn't it? We said that you used to drop a stone in London, the ripples come out. Seems to me now you drop a stone in the North Sea and the ripples come in. But we remain the worst performing region with 3.9% annualised growth, which kind of goes along trend with what we're seeing here. There are clear signals, though, that the capital sales market may soon catch up and overtake Yorkshire and the North East as demand returns and supply is much reduced. The sales market is now supported by rising rents in Greater London and the lettings market. Annualised growth in asking rents has now firmly moved into positive territory following COVID exodus, and that's up 6.9%. And the greatest rise in asking rents over the last 12 months are in the city, which is up 23.2%, and Kensington and Chelsea at 22.4%. And even Wandsworth, bordering us here, is up 18.9%, continuing the return to city living, which is great to see for us in the London burbs, the suburbs. The scarcity of rental properties persists in all English regions, with Scotland and Wales further supporting rent rises outside of London. Rents are up 4.8% across the whole of the UK since September 2020. And the largest average rent hikes remain in the southwest of England, plus 10%, and the West Midlands at 11.1%. And looking on to some various headlines in the marketplace, this again echoing what we've just read in the home.co.uk report, and this is one from On the Market, which says that although potential buyers may see a lack of stock and need to move fast, the rate at which homes are being snapped up is moving quickly. 73% of buyers feel confident they'll purchase a property within the next 3 months, while 79% of sellers are confident that their property will be bought within the quarter. The analysis reveals the speed at which homes are being bought has climbed 6% since August 2020. Due to the well-documented lack of stock, saying this in turn is causing them to hesitate putting their property on the market, meaning a lack of stock is perpetuating a lack of stock. That's very well put, actually. That's by the CEO, Jason Tebb, of On the Market. And it's true, isn't it, that it's all very well selling, but if you can't find anywhere to buy, then this perpetuates the problem. You think, well, it's a catch-22. Our advice is always try and sell first, but of course, you need to time that sale quite carefully if you want to find. And at the moment, the big problem is that many of the people that have moved this year front-end loaded those decisions and moved before June, leading to a lack of available property now. But, always when you move, it's in the lap of the gods to a degree as to whether you find exactly what you want. The key to finding is, of course, being open-minded and looking at the broadest possible opportunities and areas that will make you more likely to find something you like. If you can't find what you want where you want, other areas. If you still can't find, lower your sights. If you still can't find, up your money. Up your money might seem a strange one, but you might find, and this is not mortgage advice, that in these days where mortgages are so cheap, you can borrow more money for the same price, strangely. It does happen all the time. People are looking, thinking, if I borrow an extra 10K, it'll cost me X. But actually, if you can get a rate which is 0.5% cheaper, it might not cost you any more than the last time you were quoted, especially in these times of falling rates. So do check with your independent financial advisors. This is not financial advice, but a good idea. I notice also pensioners are apparently missing out. There's one from the Express. Missing out on 150,000 windfall by not downsizing. And not surprisingly, this is an article written by Churchill Retirement Living, and it revealed for every retirement purchase property, an average of 2 to 3 further purchases are stimulated down the chain, unlocking properties for first-time buyers and young families. Well, it's true. There are many older people that look at the balance and say, well, actually, can I be bothered with a move? I'm reasonably happy where I am. There's no incentive for me to move. For me, the government wants to get hold of this and allow older people to move out of their homes with no penalty. In other words, buy places with a 0 stamp duty. That would really help. Something else I noticed, which I love, being the geek that I am, is the Space Hub in Sutherland, has cleared a major legal hurdle. And this is a Scottish Land Court judge has approved the change of use of an area of Croftland near Tongue in Sutherland, the building of a spaceport facility. It's amazing. It says that the ruling means the first rockets carrying small satellites will launch from the Space Hub in Sutherland next year. So literally, we'll have a spaceport here in the UK. Exciting stuff. Grenfell, this is one that caught my eye and kind of made me angry. It's in The Guardian. And it's that the survivors of the Grenfell disaster have called for an urgent ban on the use of combustible materials in buildings after they said evidence at the public inquiry had revealed fraud, cover-up and incompetence in the construction industry. Their lawyer told the inquiry chairman, Sir Martin Borbick, that methods of checking safety of materials has been revealed as positively dangerous and that a key independent testing centre for the construction of products had been complicit in manufacturers' frauds. That's shocking, isn't it? Ministers have so far banned combustible materials only on the high-rise blocks and have yet to decide whether to widen the ban on combustible materials after launching a consultation 21 months ago. It's extraordinary to think that there's not a ban on combustible materials where possible, isn't it? Absolutely extraordinary. Good on the Grenfell survivors as well for supporting everybody else in trying to make things safer. Most are unaware that they may be eligible for the UK government mortgage scheme. This is not financial advice, of course, but it's something on the Daily Record. Just 15% of working people believe that the government's new 95% mortgage scheme could apply to them. A poll of 1,000 adults aged between 18 and 54 revealed this. Basically, it says that only 22% of people under 25 years believe the scheme could be relevant to them. And, it could be a good thing. If you need that mortgage underwritten so you can get that 95% mortgage, then they are there. The difficulty is, of course, that lenders have decided they're going to compete anyway, and there are now 95% mortgages available. In the background behind me, you see some Ipswich micro homes. They're kind of cute, aren't they? And these are for the homeless. They're small homes that will be policed by the local authority that are free to the end user. Great scheme, if you ask me. It's fabulous to see that. Getting people off the streets is key to social inclusion and actually letting people reset their lives, and everybody deserves a second chance, don't they? It's great to see that. It's going to be supervised and policed, make sure the people there are most deserving of the homeless that are out there. Fabulous. Well done to Ipswich for that. Now, a Brit's dream home. What do you all want? What is the one thing that you all want? There's an article in the Express, the Mail, the Independent and the Times, and the average Britain's dream home is a 4-bedroom detached seaside property near a Tesco, a survey has found. In addition to living in a coastal village, people typically want 2 living rooms, 2 bathrooms, a garden, a garage, a utility room and an office, according to Rightmove, which questioned more than 2,000 people in August. The top amenities people want within walking distance from their dream property are a pub, of course, a corner shop, a coffee shop and a market. Aldi was the most desired supermarket in Scotland, and in the West Midlands it was Sainsbury's topping the poll. So that's it for today. I hope you're well. In terms of the market today, very busy with new instructions, I'm pleased to report. We've got some good new instructions coming up for the mums market, and that's always great this time of year. Selling property right now is not such a problem. Finding for people is, we're often, when we sell properties, we also help people to find, and we are struggling to find properties for a lot of people. So that's something that we're working hard on as well. Other things that are going on, got a good few inspections going on the letting side. It's that time of year where we're making sure everybody's homes are safe and ready to go. So they're protected. And aside from that, The weather here in Norbury, a little bit brighter today. It's not raining, pleased to report, and it's fairly light and bright. So it's nice to see. Hopefully we'll get some more Indian summer. Not sure though. It does feel like we're properly in the autumn now. How you feel? So that's it for today. Hope you have a fantastic day. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with another edition of Ken at 10. Until then, stay safe and look after your family and friends. Ciao.